3,000 managers in shake-up. Royal Marine critically injured on exercise. More teachers strikes at Llanwern High School in Newport. Brexit deal becomes UK law. Little Britain set to return after 13 years.
Lockdown measures are increasing across China's Hubei province to try to control the spread of a new virus that has left 17 people dead. Wuhan, Hubei's capital of 11 million people where the virus first emerged, has no trains or planes in or out. At least 4 other cities are seeing clampdowns on transport. There are more than 500 confirmed cases of the virus, which has spread abroad, with Singapore, Saudi Arabia and Vietnam the latest affected. The new strain of the virus is believed to have originated at a market in Wuhan. One resident of the city said the atmosphere there felt like the end of the world.
Morrisons is axing 3,000 management roles as a part of a huge restructuring to create more floor jobs. The firm said it is also creating 7,000 new hourly paid roles at its 500 stores, meaning a net 4,000 new posts. The new jobs will be in customer-facing roles, such as more butchers, bakers and fishmongers. Managers will be able to move to the new jobs, with the firm saying there will be roles for everybody who wants to continue to work at Morrisons. The company says those in managerial jobs who want to remain working at Morrisons can stay. However, the new offer will be at the shop floor level. Frontline stores at staff at Morrisons in £9 an hour.
A Royal Marine recruit is in a life-threatening conditioning following a training exercise on a beach in Cornwall. A group has been practicing assault from a landing craft near Plymouth where a man got into difficulty in the water. South Western Ambulance Service said it was alerted at 10 p.m. on Tuesday after a person had gone underwater. The recruit, who had been in full kit, was airlifted to hospital. BBC Defence correspondent Jonathan Beale said the recruit had to be resuscitated after he was recovered unconscious by the landing craft crew. A Royal Navy spokesperson said, "We're aware of an incident involving a member of the Royal Marines in Plymouth."
2 more days of teachers' strikes next week will close Newport Llanwern High School to all pupils. Strikes are planned for Tuesday and Thursday at the school will be closed on both days. Teachers belong to the NAS-UWT trade union are taking industrial action to respond to a proposed restructuring of the school, which they have called unnecessary. The first 3 days planned of the strikes took place last week on Thursday. In a letter to parents, Llanwern High's head teacher, Tracy Jarvis, said she has hoped to keep the school open for Year 11 pupils during the 2 strike days next week. But this was not possible. She said more teachers at the school had since joined NAS-UWT, leaving Llanwern High with fewer teachers than had been available on January 16th. Staff members not striking were not obliged to cover for their colleagues. In her letter, Mrs. Jarvis said all NAS-UWT members at Llanwern High had agreed to the strike days before the union balloted them at the proposed restructuring, but Chris Keats, the Acting General Secretary of NAS-UWT, said at the time that the redundancies were avoidable. There are 900 pupils attend Llanwern High School. In November, it was judged to have made sufficient progress on recommendations and has made its most recent ESSEN inspection and was removed from the inspectors list of schools in Wales requiring significant improvement.
Boris Johnson's Brexit deal has officially become UK waiting for the country to leave the EU next week. The Prime Minister's Withdrawal Agreement Act was signed off by the Queen on Thursday after completing its journey through Parliament. Commons Deputy Speaker Nigel Evans announced the news to MPs on Thursday afternoon. Tory backbenchers welcomed the announcement with tweets such as "It is done" and "Promise made, promise delivered." It marks the UK clearing one of the final key hurdles on its path to leaving the EU on 31st of January. Brussels still needs to take a few more steps for it to formalise the agreement in international law. Mr Johnson tried in October to push his Brexit deal bill through the Commons in a matter of days, after managing to strip out its most controversial part known as the backstop. But MPs complained they were not getting enough time to scrutinise the update agreement, forcing the Prime Minister to ask Brussels for a third Brexit delay to avoid no deal. While the UK will have formally left the EU on 1st of February, an 11-month transition period will then kick in, meaning it stays inside the single market and customs union. Negotiations will be hammered out to try and secure a new deal on the future relationship, including a trade deal by the end of 2020.
David Williams has said that hit comedy sketch show Little Britain will definitely be making a comeback. The series began on BBC Radio 4 in 2000 before jumping to the small screen. 3 years later, starring Williams and co-creator Matt Lucas in a variety of roles. The series was a brief revival last year when it returned to the airwaves for one of special about Brexit. But the full television series can now be on the cards. Williams told GDA News, "I would say there will definitely be some more Little Britain coming. I can't say what exactly, but at the right time and place. It was fun coming back for radio because that's where we started." In response to viewers who feel that some of the characters on Little Britain are inappropriate, Williams explained that he would definitely do it differently in today's cultural landscape. In the original series, Williams portrayed a middle-aged black woman named Desiree, while Lucas played a severely disabled man called Andy, among other characters.
And that was the latest news for Friday the 24th of January 2020. Remember to follow us on Twitter at Abercarn Studios for the latest news updates. And that's it for this week. We'll be back on Monday. Have a lovely weekend.